He just seems to be reading blocks better. His vision seems to be better. And he just flat out seems to be running harder, man. He is breaking tackles now.
Mm-hmm.
And when he is getting hit, there were a lot of times on Saturday where I think maybe just his will was stronger than the New England defense because he was getting hit 1-2 yards at the line of scrimmage and it would still be a 4 or 5 yard game because he was just pushing guys forward. He was falling forward all the time.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at all with what we've seen from him now compared to early in the year?
Uh, so a little bit, and I do think we're going to talk about that offensive line you're saying because I think there's a correlation between finding the best five and the confidence in the running back to hit the holes and make the right plays. It's all coming together at the right time, which is really the most important part. I've been saying on our preview show and on the post game show that as the last month or so of football of the season wore on, I kept saying, it's great. You want to be playing your best football at the right time. And we were a little bit frustrated because Josh Allen wasn't playing super clean games, but they were still finding ways to win. But I said, hey, your team wants to be winning and you want to take a winning streak into the postseason. And if you can build confidence in areas that you were unsure of along the way, which we knew at any point, Josh Allen can throw an incredible game and put a team on his back and lead you to victory. What we didn't know before the last month of football was, you have this fastball in Josh Allen and you can go to the fastball, but can you throw a changeup? Can you throw an off-speed pitch? And that's the run game. And we did not know if you could do that. And that was a problem in the playoffs last year. I think if you ask people that aren't fans of the Bills that watch this team, they're saying, yeah, Josh Allen's great. That's fun. But you had nothing to offset if a team took him away or if he was having a bad day. You couldn't throw that changeup. You couldn't, go into the bag and do something else. Devin Singletary slowly ascending throughout this season and playing his best football at the end of the year and gaining that confidence in the run game and the offensive line going into the playoffs, I think is the number one most important thing to whether or not this team can make a serious, significant push and get themselves to a Super Bowl. Because at some point, you're going to have to lean on that run game to win you a game. You're not going to always be able to just lean on Josh and hope that he throws these perfect games. At some point, you're going to have Devin or the run game be a significant part of a win. And we saw it in this last game. He was a real big part of that. Those first two drives in that Patriots games were balanced drives. I think the third touchdown drive was 7 run plays on a 9-play drive. They just went to Devin and let him do work. Like, to be able to have a running back that you trust to do that against a very physical New England Patriots team. That's one of the more physical defenses that they're going to face in this playoff run here. Speaks volumes. I love Devin's game. As you mentioned, his rookie season, he was one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL that year in terms of explosive 20-plus yard runs. So we knew he always had it in him to be that type of guy. I think it's just been knowing that the team has confidence in him and building confidence and continuity with this new offensive line. There's holes to be made. He's getting into that second layer, that second level of defenses. We know he can make guys miss. But I agree that I think that maybe the most surprising thing is the constant going forward, the angry runs, the pushing forward, getting the first down, it's just hard to bring down. That type of stuff. Like even Brandon Staley, a modern analytical guy, we always hear, you don't have to run more to, establish anything. But what Brandon Staley was saying is like, yeah, no, you don't have to run to set things up, but you do have to run to establish physicality in the NFL, and you have to make teams come up and force teams to tackle you. And if you don't do that, then it matters. Well, Devin Singletary is establishing physicality for this Buffalo Bills team. There was a narrative floating around for a few weeks from some journalists saying this team's soft. This Buffalo Bills team's soft. Well, maybe some guys are, but Devin Singletary ain't. And he's going out there and he's establishing physicality for your offense, which is a finesse offense. Everyone else, Josh Allen, the way they like Josh is a powerful guy in the run game, but they want to be finesse. They want Steph Diggs to get you with his routes and throw the ball around the place. They're a pass first, pass heavy team. But damn it, they're going to punch you in the mouth every once in a while, and Devin Singletary's doing that. So I'm not necessarily surprised, but I'm very happy that it happened at the right time for Devin here. And it definitely, I know we're not going to talk about offseason stuff, but the way he's playing right now takes a priority off the board for me to find a running back one. I feel like we've got a running back one, and I'll tell you, he's the kind of guy. I think maybe the most frustrating part is the way they were going with the hot hand early on, I think hurt Devin Singletary, because he's a guy that the more he touches
Yeah.
it, the more that production comes through. Like when he's getting
Absolutely.
16 plus touches, that's where you're seeing these 80, 90-yard games, multiple touchdown games. Like I think he's more in that old school model where he needs 15 to 20 touches to be the type of running back you need him to be.